My name is Inbal. I'm an Israeli native. I was born quite far from here, and I was born to quite normative family that worship the system and really had a strong belief that the system is there to serve us and to take care of our interests. And regardless of what reason it was, I came to be a very criticized kind of girl that asks questions and doesn't follow just what it's been told. And to make a very quick jump to almost 40 years afterwards, I attended a workshop, very powerful one, that I experienced a moment of revelation. It was a workshop about birth, about birth imprints, how the experience of birth shape our life and actually forms, patterns, behaviors, attitudes, experiences, life basically, that we tend to repeat simply because we are born tabula rasa and we are open to any impression that comes, and therefore this is the understanding of us of life and we tend to repeat it. And this workshop, I had such a, projector over my head, not from a place of putting the responsibility on my parents, how they acted towards me, and this is why I became what I became, but it really hit a bell like, oh, it makes so much sense. It makes so much sense that I do feel suffocated in closed spaces. I am allergic to being rushed, pushed, told to do anything which is not according to my own timing and wishes, etc. You got the idea. And the suggestion that came from with this workshop was, ask your parents, if you have the possibility, if they're still alive, ask them what was your birth experience. It is something that I was not aware of up until the age of 40. And I asked my parents, how was my birth? And in a very practical, dry manner, my mother described, yeah, I went to the hospital, you were induced, and there you go, I had you. This revelation of my own birth experience only sharpened even more the profound importance that I relate to this gate of birth. And of course, it is connected to my own personal experience that when I gave birth to my first son 7 years ago, there was a lot within the process, a lot of struggle and a lot of resistance to what is happening. I didn't know, no one knows, even for the fourth time, it doesn't matter. I didn't know what is about to happen, but retrospectively, I know that if I had known what I know today, there would be a great allowness and openness to something that is greater beyond our, not even an imagination can go there. Yeah, it's something beyond anything. And I'm going back to the fact that I was born Israeli, and it's funny because for many years I felt no attachment. As the year passes, I see more and more connection to this place and to this culture and to this language, because when I speak about something that is beyond our senses, the word in Hebrew for birth is leida. And leida, when I break a bit the words and look the letters and look at them differently, it also stands for next to God. I have a different take on that. I say it's not that we leave our body and our spirit expands and widens and go to higher subtle realms and meet the creation force or nature or God or Allah or whatever you want to call it. It's not only that we are there and we witness what is happening to us, and it's actually happens, yeah, it's part of the spiritual process, but we are God. We become the creation force. We are the creation force, and of course it's very visible and obvious when we are pregnant and give birth, yeah, for life, but it's related to anything, any idea, any project, anything that wants to sprout from us. We are the creation force. We are the goddesses on earth here. So if I had known that before my first birth, because for the second and the third I knew. I made sure that I will know. I didn't know that this is what I'm about to find out, but it was very clear for me that what it is, starting from the system, through my own personal evolution and growth and development, I came to reveal those secrets, if you want to call, or sacredness. And that is what moves me. This is the source of my passion and my motivation, because I know that once mothers, parents, whoever is open and willing to, not willing, have access to this truth and then choose whether to accept or not. But if you embrace it and embody that the way it speaks to you, then this profound rites of passage, it holds a potential not only to give our children the most grand entrance to this world here, it holds the potential also for us to be reborn, rebirth in a more extended, heightened, elevated version of ourselves as people who come into their essence of love. So not only we provide our children, the best possible starting life, so the imprints that they will carry with them will be such, that it will take them higher into this evolution, personal, planetary, but also for us, birth equips us with all that it takes to be a better version of ourselves. So this is what I advocate for, and this is what I show. I call it mastering the art of doing nothing. And it's a lot of rethinking about birth, because we think about the effort and the drama, and could be even the pain and the trauma and the violence that may take place, and it is possibility. So it's really about exploring the physical body, the emotional, the mental, the spiritual, the sexual, all of this, and how to bring it all into a coherent picture. So you really, at the end of the road, you are in such a place where you're so confident and so trustful and so relaxed and so curious and so excited, which is, by the way, the literal definition of orgasmus, not orgasm, but orgasmus. It's been translated into excitement, and every birth at its essence is exciting. It's an exciting event. And of course it has this relationship with the sexual and the sexuality itself. So it's really about exploring all of this in relation to birth, of your child and of yourself and of your family. And I know each birth that it will happen like this, it ripples out to your family, to your friends, to your city, to your country, to this planet. And also there's a many component to this, but also part of it will be to bring completion and acknowledgement to what is happened, and acceptance that this is how your babies chose to be born, and that every birth, every experience holds within itself the very specific, accurate lesson to each woman on her path. So once this is rounded, there is space to start cultivating a new attitude, a renewed trust and openness and acceptance, and slowly building up into the even, God forbid, an excitement when it comes to give birth.